Good evening, folks. So excited to be back on Voiceflow. I know it's been a while since I've made a video on Voiceflow, but regardless, we're back on. We're going to be sitting down doing the entire development. I don't have a template ready, but obviously, if you saw the title of this video, we're going to be building a product recommendation chatbot for e-commerce companies. So incredibly valuable. You can get away with charging loads of money for this, because they will help conversions massively, but they will help engage traffic so much more. It's literally like giving every website visitor to e-commerce companies a personal assistant. You can talk to them. You can even build in question and answering features. You could also build in some sort of back-end sheet where all of the, let's say, for example, there's one product that's being asked about a lot. You can send all that information, all the information of the questions that are being asked, to a sheet to help your client, the e-commerce company, sort of track which products are the most popular and that sort of thing. So there's loads of possibilities that you can do with this, and I really want to focus a lot on Voiceflow because a couple of reasons. One, that these guys are killing it. Their features that they're bringing out are so good. And I'm good friends with the guys over at Voiceflow. I'm a certified creator and partner at Voiceflow. They have, massive big release coming soon. Obviously, I can't say much, but I highly recommend that you jump on Voiceflow. You get familiar with it because these guys are going to be ahead of the game very soon. They already are. I'm seeing a lot of beginners are liking my Voiceflow videos. I'm also seeing a lot of people from Andrew Tate's The Real World online money making course, which is great. I think he's just recently launched his AI automation course. So if you're coming from that, then it's great to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the tutorials. But yeah, also got some wonderful news. I have been able to get a link of Voiceflow, and that link will allow you to get 2 million free AI tokens if you sign up, which will help you run your chatbots much cheaper, for longer at a lower cost. So it means you can get more money when you sign clients, or if you're building one for your own business, you'll be able to run it cheaper. So the link to that is down in the description, and of course it is an affiliate link, so you will be supporting me, you'll be supporting the channel, and I would deeply appreciate it. So without too much yapping, I think we should probably get into the development of this. So as you can see, this is just completely blank canvas. I have nothing prepared. All I've done is added my knowledge base, and the knowledge base is the infamous Luxora Trends knowledge base. So this is just one that I made with ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT made it, I didn't. It's basically just a big fictional knowledge base of an e-commerce company called Luxora Trends that offers, fashion and lifestyle products, clothes, dresses, and, all that sort of thing. I think we could probably get a brief scan through their products if I can find it. But essentially what we're going to be building here is a chatbot that can take, it can ask the user, okay, what sort of thing are you after? I can take their input and recommend a couple products, one product. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't built it yet. We're going to be building this out and trying to optimize it, so it may be a little long, but trust me, it'll be worth it. And I will have the template ready at the end for whenever this is uploaded, and I can link that in the description. So let's see if we can see some products so we can get an idea of where we're going. This knowledge base is absolutely enormous, 49 pages. So let's see here. This was the one that I used for my customer support team, phone agent. Yes, products. So we have tops, mini dresses, Lily, Zoe. I don't know why they're called that, but I think it'll work just fine. Bottoms, you get the idea. So loads of different clothes, outwear, men's apparel, that kind of thing. So we are going to be, asking the user, okay, what exactly are you after? And then the user may say, I'm looking for something for my friend's birthday. I'm looking for a present for Father's Day, that kind of thing. And be able to take their input, go search through the knowledge base and find the best product, fire it back to the user, and be able to stay conversational. And so let's jump back into Voiceflow and get cracking. So the first thing that we are going to do, which I've already done, but what you want to do is add in your knowledge base. So go and fire that in there, and we're going to set up a very basic prompt, and we're going to switch this to 4.0 mini because it's dirt cheap and incredibly good. And we're going to we keep the temperature a little bit. We don't want to be too deterministic. We want it to kind of have a little bit of room to think, a little bit of breathing room. We're going to fire these tokens up here because I have plenty too much to play with, and we'll keep the chunk limit 3. But this is sort of like the built-in knowledge base. We're not really going to be using this. We're going to be using the KB search step, but I always like to set this up as a bit of a fail-safe. So, role. You are a product recommendation assistant for Luxora Trends. You specialize in taking the user's input, based off that finding a product, product that is best fitted to their needs. Okay, so that's a pretty decent role. So the way that we're going to do this is role, task, couple specifics, maybe throw in an example, and yeah, that should do it. But we don't want to spend too much time on the prompts. I may even speed this up, but I will definitely show you this at the end. So, role, task, recommend the user a product from the Luxora Trends catalog based off the user's input. Let's keep it nice and short. Find we'll go one to two products. Keep your answer short and concise, and always answer as if you are a member of the team at Luxora. I cannot type trends. Okay, so I really do not want to be stuck in that sort of typing trance where I'm barely able to speak for too long, so we'll just leave it at that. That kind of sets the tone nicely. But obviously, if you're building this for a client or for your own, if you own an e-commerce company, put a little bit more time into the prompt. But now we're on to the fun stuff. Now we're into the workflow, and we can start building. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, it's not wanting to load. Oh, it is loading. Okay, we're in. We are in. So start. So the first thing that we are going to want to do is just let it know that we are a product recommendation bot, and then ask the user maybe a question or two to find out what exactly it is that they are after. So we will call this the intro node, and we will say, hi there, I am Alice, your friendly product recommendation your friendly product recommendation assistant. Wonderful. And then we will say, I am here to help you find the best product for you. I think that sounds good. And then we will say, what exactly is it you are after today? You are after, what exactly, what could we say? Yeah, what exactly is it you're after from Luxora Trends? So we can add a couple variants and see if AI is able to spit something out that's better. What specifically are you looking for at Luxora Trends? Wonderful. That will do just fine, and we can even throw in a couple variants for this. So if you guys don't know what this is that I'm doing, if you come onto a talk message and come down here and hit AI, I think that's the way AI generate. So basically what you can do is you can hit one, 3, or 5 variants, and it will generate another sort of line similar to what you've written, so that whenever you start the chat, it's not just saying this, it's randomly selecting through a couple of variants that you've chosen. So it just helps it keep it more fluid, so that it doesn't sound like you're talking to a robot. I'm here, let me help you. No, we do not want that. I'm available to help you discover it sounds a bit weird. I think we can do that. Okay, wonderful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to capture the user's input. And then I'm thinking that we optimize the user's question So let's say, for example, I'm after a dress for my sister. Then what we can do is we can take their question, optimize it before we send it to the knowledge base, and pull back a couple dresses. Okay, sounds like a plan. So capture, listen, capture. Also, a little quick piece of advice if you are very new to Voiceflow. Basically, the listen nodes are able to sort of, well, I suppose buttons aren't really listen, but basically it lets the user it puts the conversation in the user's hands in one way or another. So a choice basically means whatever the users say. You can train your agent to pick up on whatever it is that they say, either with LLM intent, regular intent, or buttons, as you can see here. So the user is able to, so let's say, for example, how can I help you today? You could have two buttons that say, I want to ask a question, or I want to find a product. Or you can just do that with choice. So it's able to pick up the language of the user without the need for buttons, but we just need capture because we want to capture what the user says. So we do not need an entity. Basically, entities are, for example, if you're doing information capture for, let's say, for example, appointment setting chatbot, and you want to just capture the user's email address, you could put create an entity, and you could set it to email. So basically, it will only pull out the email from that string of text. So the user could say, my email is boom, 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 and it could just yank out the email from that entire text. And that's really useful if you're sending automated emails or whatever, but we are getting off topic. So let's get back. So we just want to capture the entire user reply because that information is vital. And we're going to keep it in, are we going to keep it in last utterance? No, we're not going to keep it in last utterance. And I will tell you why. Because in case we want to send the information to some sort of database, some sort of sheet after, then we could put it in a variable called the what would we call it? The users, what the user wants. We'll call it what the user wants. Could have thought of a better name there, but I'm on the spot here, so give me a break. Anyway, let's go back and map that in. What the user wants. Okay, so we are capturing what the user wants. After we ask them, what exactly is it you're after from Luxor Trends? We will call this node the capture. Yeah, we'll just call it capture. So where we are now, we have prompted the user to say what it is that they're after, to get some sort of some sort of direction in terms of what we're going to be looking for in the knowledge base. So very, very simple. Now things may get a little bit hairy if you're a beginner, so make sure you put your thinking cap on and lock in. So here we go. So what the plan is, okay, I don't actually have a plan, I'm just making this up on the spot, is that I should probably take these out, is we're going to take what the user wants, send it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to play with it a little bit, so it's able to, sort of, let's say, for example, the user says, I would like a jacket for my dad. We're going to get ChatGPT to sort of buff that up, take the keywords out, repeat it itself a couple of times. So whenever we send it to the knowledge base, it's able to clearly see, okay, male jacket, if that makes sense. So that's a plan, but it may work, it may not, it will work. Let's manifest it. So we are going to use a set AI step. And we're going to call this optimize request. And we're going to just use the AI model. And we're going to apply this to, what are we going to call this? We are going to call it KB input, because this is what we're going to be sending to the knowledge base. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to have to set the model. GPT-4o mini will do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be really, really cheeky. I'm going to use 4 turbo. I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend some tokens and use 4 turbo, because this is quite an important step, because we're going to be optimizing the questions. So we need the model to be intelligent and to work consistently. So I'm going to use a bit of a smarter model. You could use 4 if you're really brave, and if you have a couple quid in your pocket, then you could use GPT-4, but you're going to be using a lot of tokens. But we want a smart model, and we're not in a rush here, so we don't need to worry about rapid responses, and we're going to keep that temperature all the way down. So there's no messing around. Make sure we've plenty of tokens to play with. So system prompt, let's go. Oh yeah, so the system prompt is basically like setting the scene, setting the role. So it's kind of like making yourself, like if you are familiar with OpenAI, well, you're probably not because you're a beginner. So basically the system prompt basically like creates this like assistant, and then your instructions above are like you messaging that assistant, if that makes sense. So it's like a separate agent all in one. So this is you like creating your agent kind of thing, and then this is you asking your agent what to do. I really hope that made sense. Yeah, it did make sense. So the system prompt, role. You are a product recommend. Oh, wait. Oh, could I use the knowledge base here? Just had a revelation, so I need to think for a second. Could I use the knowledge base here? No, we're not going to use the knowledge base because we want it to be better. Yeah, we're not. Okay, so you are a product recommendation bot for Luxorla. I cannot see because my loaf is in the way. This is going to be annoying. Oh, I can move it. Look at that. For Luxorla trends. You are an expert at taking a brief overview of what the user. Actually, I'm going to move you up here. Somewhat loaf's out of the way. Overview of what the user wants to buy, focusing on the keywords and optimizing their input for RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Your output will be sent to a thorough knowledge base of Luxorla Trends product catalog. Catalog, does that make sense? Yep, it does make sense. Where items and products related to the user's enhanced request will be retrieved. Yeah, so this is the reality of prompting. I mean, everybody, you see all these guys with their crazy prompts, but this is the reality of what prompting looks like whenever you don't have anything prepared. It's quite slow. You're thinking to yourself, shit, does that make sense? You need to go and try it out, test it, and improve it, that kind of thing. So we're really trying to keep things realistic, and losing track of myself. Role, task, enhance. Quick tip if you're ever prompting, your formula should always be role, task notes / specifics, examples, and then final notes, so you don't get the lost in the middle effect. So all of your key points are at the top and at the bottom. So essentially what we're doing here is the task section. You're literally telling, okay, this is what you're doing. Always start with a verb, okay? Enhance, generate, analyze, respond, retrieve, that kind of thing. Anyway, enhance the user's request of what type of product they want in order to optimize the retrieved items from the product catalog. Okay. Let me think here. The product catalog, and I'm thinking of examples, but we need some specifics. Your output should be around 1.5 to 2x the length. Focus on expanding the keywords of the user's input that will likely be in the product catalog. Okay. Examples. Now this is where we're really gonna get down to business. Okay, so first example, the user's input. The user's input is going to be, I am looking for a dress for my mother for Mother's Day, that kind of thing. And then your output will be, what's it going to be? Right, okay, let's think. I want a lovely and clean, no, what am I talking about? I want a dress that is best suited for middle-aged women, something that can be worn during winter, that, I don't know anything about dresses, that has, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if it's able to pick up on this. I'm going to preview an output. Okay. Optimize the user's input. So this is always good for an example. So if you can't think of an example, like I can't right now because I don't know anything about dresses, you can come down here and hit preview and basically fire in an input and it will, oh no, so, there's the thingy. Okay, right, yes, sweet. So optimize the user's input, and then the variable, which will be the text that I just pasted in. Let's see what it's able to come up with. Please provide the, okay, well I swear I've just put it in there, or am I being stupid? Yeah, optimize the user's input. I'm looking for a dress for my mother for Mother's Day. GPT-4 Turbo is so much smarter than me. Look at that. It's perfect. It didn't even need an example. That is perfect. Your output. The goal is to that's incredible. Make it as clear as possible what the user is after to retrieve the best item. Oh, we're going to be cheeky and put a bracket in there. From the product catalog. You know what I was just thinking? What we could do is we could say if the user has been pretty blank, pretty vague on their input here, if that's pretty vague, what we could do is we could send it to an AI step, tell the AI step, analyze this. If it's too vague for you to go and search for a product, output 1. If it's not too vague, output 0. If it's 0, send it straight here. If it's 1, send it to another AI step so it's able to generate a follow-up question, send that back to the user, and then take both responses and fire that into this node. But I'm probably not going to do that because that took a long time, and that will take a long time. So we're just going to focus there. We're going to try and keep it simple guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, we don't want to be buffing anything out too much. I just want to show you the basics. You can build on top of this. You can, you know, make it much, much better. You can have it, you know, ask follow-up questions. Okay, well, what type of dress would you want for Mother's Day? You know, what size is your, you know, whatever, your mother for her dress, you know, that kind of thing. So the goal is to make it as clear as possible. The users after retrieve the best items from the product catalog. So examples. Yes, this is going to be the final notes. That's going to be a quick summary. Always keep your outputs focused on the task. This task is highly important to the success of Luxora Trends, and the team deeply appreciate your efforts. Do some emotional prompting. emotional prompting. Okay, I think that's honestly looking quite good. And the output's going to be KB input, so we're going to input that to the knowledge base and take the output. And you know what, guys? We're making great progress here. This is going to have a lot less nodes than I actually anticipated. So intro capture, this is going to be optimize for KB. And we're going to get things nice blue. And then we're going to keep all the AI modules red. And we're going to keep the capture orange or brown. Okay, beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send that to the knowledge base. Dev KB search. So what the KB search does is it takes an input and goes to the knowledge base and then retrieves, like-minded, similar, relevant content that's from the query, the question in here, compared to the knowledge base. It goes and grabs that content, brings it back and fires it into this variable right here. Chunks, it'll bring you out a few chunks. You grab them chunks, you send it to another AI step, optimizes that and puts it back. And that is what allows us to make the output much more aesthetically pleasing, makes it much more clear. We're able to take the output and play about with it as much as we want rather than just using Voiceflow's built-in RAG system. So let's go. Right, okay, the question is going to be KB input. And we're going to save this to, you guessed it, KB response. It's already there. Whoa, go away. KB response. And I'm out of water. So chunk limit. Chunk limit 3. And we're also going to add a fallback. So what we're going to do, maximum chunks. Yeah, we'll keep that at 80. So basically what we're going to do, if the user says something completely obscene or completely irrelevant, and it takes it and it optimizes it and then it sends it to the knowledge base, and the knowledge base is like, right, okay, there's nothing related to what that guy just said. And then we're going to fall back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come around here and we're going to say, I am terribly sorry. Oh, and you know what? We're going to be fancy with it. We're going to use an AI set step. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell AI to make a fallback, and we're just going to be like, I'm terribly sorry, but I wasn't actually able to find a product related to your query. Please try again, and we're going to send it back up to the capture step and repeat that process. So you have just, how am I going to frame this without it taking forever? You have been tasked with finding a product for the user based off this input. Boom, we're going to map that in. What are we going to map in? Yes, knowledge base input, because that's the output of there. Based off this input, unfortunately, I don't care, you were unable to find any products. Please apologize to the user and ask them to try again and be a bit more specific. And we're going to stick these into, what do you call them? Speech bubbles, speech marks. Be a bit more specific. Try to keep their product request relevant and in the conversation. Okay, so, and we're going to apply this to a new variable, and we're going to call that variable fallback, and we're going to create that variable, and then we're going to put that variable fallback, and then we're going to have to paste it, because we probably could have used an AI response, but I don't like using AI responses because it looks pretty ugly, because the entire prompt will show. So we're going to come up here and we're going to fallback, replace the fallback. So the output of that AI model is going to be pasted there, and we're going to come here and we're going to say fallback, and we're going to use 4.0 mini. Not Haiku. Actually, we could use Claude Haiku, but we're not going to, because I'm an OpenAI fanboy. We're going to keep that about there because we want it to be a little bit creative. System prompt. No, we're not going to do a system prompt. We're not going to do it. Okay, so now what we have got, quick recap. Let me just make everything nice and visual. Fallback. KB search. We're going to map it. This is going to be a special node, so we're going to put it green. This is going to be it. This is another text node, so we're going to make it blue. Okay, right, so quick recap, let's wind it back a second. So what we have here is we have the introduction where the AI agent Alice is asking the user, hi there, I'm Alice, your product recommendation assistant. What exactly is it that you're after? You know, give me some pointers, give me some advice, and I'll go check out what our best product is for you. So we ask the user that question, we come up here, the user's input gets captured and saved to the variable what the user wants, and then we take what the user wants variable and we put it in to the AI step the set AI node that we just made, and we optimize the user's input to make it more RAG friendly. And then we send that information over to the KB search step, we fire that into the knowledge base, and that query matches relevant chunks, pulls it back, and now what we're about to do is we're going to send it to another AI set node. It's going to optimize that, fire back at the user so they can see the products that they're actually looking for, and then we're gonna maybe generate a follow-up after, and it's gonna be incredible. Okay, I'm excited. So we also made a fallback, so in case the user says something that's completely ridiculous, then no chunks were found, no knowledge related to Luxora trends was found, we're going to fall back here. It's going to generate a lovely kind AI, non-robotic follow-up, paste it in there, and then we're going to come back up here so we can capture their input after that. We're in business. We are in business. All right, okay, KB input, boom, and we're going across here. So what are we doing now? I just said it. We are going to be optimizing the question and pasting it in. So we're going to come to another set AI step. We're going to get down to business. Okay. We're going to be craft response. Craft response. We're just going to use an AI model, and we're going to be cheeky and use 4. No, we're not going to use 4 turbo. We're going to use 4 mini. We're going to set the temperature nice and low, bump up the tokens, and get prompting. So this is going to be the recommendation. So the recommendation is going to be in this variable that I'm creating right now. Okay. System. Let me think. You are a expert. No. Yes. You are a customer support. No, a product recommendation. I wonder how long I've been doing this for. This is probably going to be so much longer than I thought. You're a product recommendation assistant for Luxora trends. I just forgot. We need to map in the variable. How could I forget? Optimize the user's input, what the user wants. Okay, I nearly forgot there. So, craft response. First things first, we're going to say create an engaging and clear output message showcasing the user the products that have been found related to their query. No, we're not. What are we going to do? Based off the chunks found, based off the products found in this, yes, based off the products found in these chunks, because we're sending the chunks from the knowledge base, when in these chunks, and we're going to fire the chunks in, variable, KB response, KB input, KB response, based on these chunks, fire them in there so no one's getting confused. Okay, so we're telling ChatGPT, okay, based off these chunks, yeah, the knowledge, the products, the knowledge base search step has found in the Luxora trends knowledge base, based off these chunks that hopefully will contain products. Pick out a couple of products, put them in a nice lovely message, and recommend back to the user. Yeah. Recommend an item from these chunks that are closely closely resemble this input from the user. Oh, P, what are you doing, P? Where are my variables? Where are my variables? There are my variables. So what the user wants, and we're going to have that optimized. Yes, the optimized question. But did I not make? So what the user wants, but we optimized it. What the user wants, what's the output? KB input, that's what we're after, KB input, because it's going into the knowledge base. How could I forget? Recommend an item from the, might be losing my mind, guys. KB input, no, we're not losing our mind. Right, recommend an item from these chunks that closely resemble the input from the user's request. Yes, and after a system prompt is set up, it will know exactly what I'm talking about. One more time. Based off the products found in these chunks from the knowledge base, recommend an item. Oh, yes. From these chunks that closely resemble this input product request from the user. Okay, boom. Right, 4 many. Boom, boom, boom. You are a... No, right, okay. Right, so we're setting up the system. So that's what we're asking this assistant to do. Or we need to set up the assistant via the system prompt. So it's able to take these variables and all of that stuff makes sense, like what we're doing before. So, right, okay. Roll. Markdown. Boom, 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 boom. You are a product recommendation assistant for Luxora Trends. And we're going to do this. Background. You have asked the user what is it they are after from, why can I not type? They are after from Luxora Trends. They said the following. Now, are we going to do the unoptimized or the optimized what the user wants variable? We're going to do the optimized, which is the KB input, because we had to optimize the user's input before sending it to the knowledge base, was able to pull back the most relevant information. They said the following, boom, 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 and then what we're going to do is, you've asked the user what it is that they're after from the Luxora Trends. They said the following, KB input, based off, they've said the following, okay. You then searched through the product logs and retrieved these products, retrieved some products that can be found in these text chunks. And we're going to paste in the knowledge base output. What on earth is going on? Right, hang on a second. Why does it keep doing that? Voiceflow, have you done? Oh my goodness. My goodness, I thought I just lost that. Right, if you ever do that, click Control Z. If you ever accidentally delete what it is that you're after. I near started tweaking. Right, okay, so go away. Right. We need to add in KB response, which is the chunks containing the products that we're after, and then we're going to use answers. Okay, so task. No, you now need to take a product from this catalog and craft a kind and informative response where you recommend the user the product from the retrieved chunks. Okay. Task. Craft a informative, accurate, and relevant recommendation to the user based off the provided information above. Choose a product or products from the chunks, and use this to format a clear and accurate response where you showcase the recommended products. Am I repeating myself? Choose a product or products from the chunks and use this to format a clear and accurate response where you showcase. Okay. Final notes. And then we get to give this a try. Final notes. Boom, boom, boom. Right, okay. Final notes are going to be use numbers. Oh, what have I done? Right, we're back. Don't know what just happened, but we're still here and we're alive. So use numbers, bullet points, headers, bullet points and headers to make your output clear and engaging and easy to read. Also, see, whenever you're prompting, you can kind of sound like a child to get your point across, because these things just know what you're talking about. And easy to read. Always talk as if you are a team member at Xora Trends. Use inclusive language like we, us, etc. to foster a connection between you and the user. Oh, that's some proper prompting right there. Okay, beautiful. Foster connection between the user. Keep your output informative, but not too long. Who's ready to give this a try? Because I most certainly am. My head's shot from prompting. Okay, recommendation. Now we're going to print recommendation. Now there may be a little nick, a little what's it called, spanner in the works on our first try, but it's not going to be a big deal. Recommendation, where are you? Recommendation. Okay, so we're going to send recommendation, print recommendation, and then after, are we going to generate a follow-up question? We might generate a follow-up question, who knows, but let's give this a whirl. Now I'll move this so we can see, boom, it'll do up there, right. Hello there. Hi there, Alice. Your helpful product suggestion assistant. Great. I'm here to assist you in finding the perfect product you need. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's go back to Xora Trends. Okay, t-shirts and polos. I'm looking for a polo shirt. Yes. Hi there. I am looking for a polo shirt for my father for Father's Day. Let's go. Good. Now we're going to optimize that question. Boom. Oh yeah. Fallback. Why is it went to fallback? Okay, it's went to fallback. So it didn't. Right. KB response. KB input. KB response. Have I linked up with the knowledge base? Okay. See, no, this is the reality. You know, you're gonna come across errors. You're gonna come across, little issues. Xora Trends is in an arg. Oh, that was an argo. Oh It's probably going to be like an hour long. Okay, that's in. Chunk limit. Okay. Workflow. It's probably something with a workflow. So let's find out what it is. So it went to fallback, not found. So no chunks were found. Chunk limit. KB input. KB input. Right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. So I can really, so KB input. So this, we can see what, so I am looking for a polo shirt for my dad on Father's Day. Okay, so what the user wants. I'm looking for a polo shirt, optimized question. So we're sending that to the knowledge base and it's saying not found. Well, what if I just put a not found path? You know what I'm saying? And then it was no choice. KB response. Oh, it might have been, okay. I think I might have been a bit too accurate. Looking for a polo shirt for my father on Father's Day. Copy and paste that because, oh shit, because we may need it again. Right, let's see. So KB output. So there has to be a KB response, or is it KB output? It's KB response. Okay. Oh. Look at that, guys, come on. You really think I was going to mess it up? Not a chance. Recommendation, polo shirts for Father's Day. Mason PK polo. Henry striped polo. Look at that. Imagine seeing that on an e-commerce website. You would go crazy. Now let's just make sure. Now this may make me look like a little bit of a dumbass if I go to thingy and none of them are here. Henry striped polo, $45. Henry striped polo, $45. See what I mean? Look at this. It's incredible. This is what you can do with Voiceflow. So now all that we need to do is generate a quick follow-up question. A quick follow-up question. So then what we're going to do, let's come down here and we're going to use a set AI step. Okay, so quick recap before we go too far ahead. The reason I was able to decipher the issue there, so the reason that was going on is because it needed to be too accurate. Okay, so the not found path accuracy was minimum chunk score was too, I think that was too high. So what was happening is it was going like, no, this doesn't work, and then sending it to the fallback, which I completely forgot about. So what you want to do there is you want to build the fallback yourself, and to do that, you're going to use an AI step to check the input. You need to check the input, not the output. Check the input to make sure it's relevant to the knowledge base. So just tell AI, okay, listen, this is what you're doing, your product recommendation chatbot for this company. Here are a couple of their products. If this question doesn't sort of align with the knowledge base, output 1, set up a condition. If variable equals 1, send it back to the user. Okay, I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific. If variable equals 0, then you're all good. Send it to the KB search, and then boom, Bob's your uncle. Right, so recommendation, come down here. Now we're going to say, you have just recommended the user a product from Luxorla Cleanse. Now you are generating a brief follow-up after to see if they may need more assistance with finding a product or finding different products. Great. So the user wanted before. No. I know what we're gonna do. Here is the conversational history to help with your output. Output. And we're gonna go for Voiceflow memory. So Voiceflow memory is just the whole conversation stringified. So it's just the whole transcript history fired in there. Here's your output. Voiceflow memory. Keep it short and sweet. Only one sentence. Apply to follow-up queue. Follow-up question, and we're going to paste that as well. Prompt settings. So we're going to use 4.0 mini. Do we even need a system prompt? We could probably get away without a system prompt. Sure, we'll try it without one. We will try it without one. Set label follow-up queue, and we are actually gonna put that up there, and then we're gonna put this, and then we're gonna print the follow-up question after the recommendation has been made. Follow-up queue, and once we've done that, we're gonna send it back to the capture so that whatever the user says, we're ready to capture it. Well, guys, would you look at that? I'm pretty sure we're done. I mean, now listen, I literally was just, eating my dinner, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a product recommendation chatbot after I eat my dinner. Just came up, sat down, just whirled this up. I haven't had any preparation or anything like that, so it could be better. I literally just, obviously, you've watched, if you've got this far, good stuff. I've literally just completely built this on a whirl. I had nothing prepared, so I think this could have been very, very valuable. But now, let's enjoy some testing. So, let's say, hi there, I'm Alice, your helpful product suggestion assistant. Now, what if I were to just type in that? We have no fallback, so it's probably just going to do something quite weird because we've no fallback. Yeah, okay, so because that's like 100%, no chunks are found, it'll go to the not found. So what you want to do there is you can set it up. You can set it up that way, or like we discussed before, you can build your own fallback. I like building my own fallbacks because I think mine are better a wee bit, but no, right, let's ask some genuine questions. Okay, so run test. I need help finding a dress for summer. I don't know why I put an exclamation mark. Okay, I need help finding a dress for summer. Why is it went to the not found? Now, that is the question. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to lower the... Oh, because we have the not found path on. Silly me. Silly me. We need to turn that off. I forgot to turn that off earlier. Okay, right. I need help finding a dress for summer. Boom, boom, boom. Touch wood. I've touched it. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Lily. $95. Emerald. Crafted from eco-friendly linen, this dress is not only stylish but also breathable. See what I'm saying? Why I choose these dresses? This is incredible stuff. Now, you can tweak the output, you can tweak the input, you can make it shorter, longer, more visual. Let's see the follow-up question. Hi, just checking in to see if you need any more assistance. Okay, well, obviously that needs a little bit of work, but we didn't even make a system prompt. We didn't add a lot of context, but that's okay considering what we've done for it. I mean, it's a little bit out of time, but other than that, it's finding if you need the perfect summer dress. You see it's relevant, okay? So what you would need to do that to make it say like, something a bit more, it just sounds a little bit off. Like, hi, just checking in to see if you need any more assistance finding the, it needs to be in the conversation. That sounds like it's kind of out of the conversation, but you get the idea. Thanks. I also now need a polo shirt for a wedding. I don't know who's wearing a polo shirt at a wedding, but this guy is. And also, a good practice as well is just in the craft a response, add in the conversational history, so it's able to make the answers a bit better. But listen, this is working really, really well. Harper. And, you know, as you can see, these are all, I think we're already on the polo shirts, so these are already here. Carter, Logan, I don't know where Harper is, but I know that there's so many clues here. There's too many clues here. There's Harper, the one that we just saw. Harper. You know what I'm saying? So ooh, that's a lot of work going on. Yeah, so this is probably going to eat away at your tokens. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah, but anyway, listen guys, you get the idea. Let me just check here. Oh, is that a follow-up question? Harper. Was there something wrong with the inputs there? Let me see. Polos. PK Polo. Alright, okay, so I think it must have just been something wrong with the input there. Craft the response. KB response, KB input. And then if we were to add the transcript history, then that would probably make things a little bit more clear as to what's going on, so it's not repeating itself. Now, what if we were to ask, find me a dress and a polo shirt? This is the real test. Let's see here. You see that for the dress? Amelia Floramax. 2, PK Polo, Henry stripped polo. Wonderful. So it's even doing sort of dynamic inputs, dynamic responses. Thanks very much. Now surprise me with a random recommendation. Let's see what it says. Obviously as well, what you would want to do with this is build in general query handling. So obviously with this knowledge base, there's loads and loads of stuff that you can say, or that you can ask. You know, you can ask about delivery policies, return policies, you know, this, that, the other, sizes, you know, customer support. There's so many other things that you can ask other than just products. So if you were actually building out an e-commerce product recommendation chatbot, I would recommend not just building product recommendation, but building FAQs, customer support, returns and exchanges, you know, policies and all this sort of stuff, and making a separate knowledge base just on the products so it's even more accurate. Okay, so hello, we're excited about you. Delightful. So this is when I asked it if we were to go miles up here for a random recommendation, and it has said, hello, we're excited to provide you with a boom candle set. This exquisite set of handcrafted candles is perfect. Why you'll love it. So it's just, you get what I'm saying, guys? So I think this would qualify as a pretty solid product recommendation. But now, like I said, I've just built this, you know, completely here, raw, no cuts, no nothing. So if you hear me, if I've been talking to myself sort of like a little bit of a weirdo while I'm prompting, that's because it's completely raw. Sometimes I actually forgot that I was recording there, and I am going to be terrified to find out how long this video is. But regardless, I hope it's been incredibly helpful. The good news is there's going to be a template of this available. I'm going to make this into a template. I'll touch it up, obviously, add a couple things into the prompt and turn this into a template. As usual, just blip me an email. I may even just put the link to the template in here, but it's a downloadable, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. But regardless, you'll be able to get this template one way or another. So folks, that has been a completely raw build of an e-commerce customer product recommendation chatbot, and I should probably get off this computer for a few minutes because my head is starting to go. Been on Voiceflow for too long. But listen, thank you very much if you made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I have a Voiceflow sign up link there. You can get 2 million free tokens. So if you come over here, Voiceflow gives you, I don't even know how many tokens it gives you. Mine's just reset 4 million tokens per month on whatever plan. You will get 6. Let's go. So yes, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.